Hi everyone, hope you all doing great, and I hope you have enjoyed the other videos in this series of search head clustering. So if you remember, we discussed about deployer push mode during search head cluster implementation, right? When we were setting up the deployer instance, I mentioned about the term called deployer push mode. So today we are going to discuss about the different kind of deployer push modes in search head clustering and which one to use when you are working on pushing the app or add-on from deployer to your search head cluster members. So as you can see, these are the four kind of deployer push modes. The first one is the merge to default, the second one is the full, third one is the default only, and then the fourth one is the local only. And if you see the first one, which is merge to default, so in merge to default, what happens? The content residing inside both local and default directory in your deployer instance, it gets merged into a single folder and creates a bundle, and that bundle gets pushed to your search head cluster members inside default directory, right? So I mean, it it will merge the content of both default and local directory for your app, and it will create a bundle, and that bundle will be pushed as a uh, that bundle will be pushed as a single directory to your app in your search head cluster members inside a default directory. So there won't be any local directory pushed from your deployer to your search head cluster members. Fine. Now coming to the second one, which is full mode. So if you use the deployer push mode as full, in that case, whatever is residing here inside default, that will be pushed as it is to default in your search head cluster members. Similarly, the local directory will be pushed as local to your search head cluster members. Now coming to the third one, which is the default only. So in default only the content, the configs which are present in default directory will be pushed to your search head cluster members. And in a similar way, in local only the content of local directory will be pushed to your search head cluster members. Now, what's the major differences between these deployer push modes? If you have noticed, if you are using merge to default or full push mode, right? So if merge to default or the full push mode, in these cases, all the content of default and local is getting deployed to your search head cluster members, right? Because in merge to default, the configs of local and default will be merged to create a bundle, and that bundle will be pushed inside default directory in your app, in your search head cluster members. Similarly, in full mode, both default and local will be pushed separately to your search head cluster members, right? Now, the key question is what's the difference between these deployer push modes and which one to use when, right? So to understand that, let's move to the next slide. So here I have mentioned one two important points. Okay, so the first one is if you are pushing any app for the first time, any add-on for the first time to your search head cluster members using the deployer, you need to define, and it's purely based on my experience, and in fact Splunk also recommends that way. So any new app, any config that you are trying to push for the first time, just make sure that you are either using the deployer push mode as merge to default or full mode, because as I mentioned previously in the previous slide, in these two modes you get all the content of the app deployed to your search head cluster members, right? So for any new app, the app which you are going to deploy for the very first time to your cluster members using the deployer, you can define app specific app.conf inside local, and here you can define your sh clustering extension with the deployer push mode as either merge to default or full. So that way, all the content of default and local residing in your deployer instance for that app will be pushed to your search head cluster members, right? And that's what you need actually for the new push. However, for the subsequent pushes, or if you are updating the app or add-on and you just need to push those changes to your search head cluster members, you can use the global config, and that you can define inside system local. So here you can define app.conf, and here you can define your global deployer push mode, which is local only. Because for the subsequent pushes, right, you just need to deploy the changes, and like whatever changes you will be making, you will be making those changes inside local only directory. I mean, it's not recommended to make any changes inside default directory to avoid conflicts, right? So you will be making the changes inside local only, and that is the reason for the subsequent pushes for the updates. You can use the deployer push mode as local only, right? So, and that you can define inside system local. And just one main point to uh, highlight here is that, like for the new post, you can define app.conf inside that app is specific, and once the app is pushed to your SHC members, you can delete this app.conf because it's no longer needed, it's no longer required. Your app has already been pushed to your search head cluster members. And now for the subsequent pushes for the updates, you can use this SH clustering deployer push mode, which is local only for the further updates and subsequent pushes, right? So only for the first time for the new push, you can define app specific app.conf, because this will take precedence over the system local, and it will push the all the configs of default and local to your SHC members. And the default one is the merge to default. If you do not define anything for your app or add-on or even the globally, your deployer is going to use the merge to default as the deployer push mode, where it will merge the content of both default and local directory and will push the bundle to the default directory on your search head cluster members. So that's how you can use the deployer push modes. Just two key things you need to make sure. For the new app push, you define app specific app.conf deployer push mode, either as merge to default or full. And for the subsequent pushes for the updates, you can define the deployer push mode globally inside system local, and you can use the deployer push mode as local only. I think that's it about the different kind of deployer push modes and which one to use when. And I hope it has been clear to you. If you still have any doubts, or if you are facing any challenges when trying to deploy the app from your deployer to your search head cluster members, do let me know in the comment box. I will be happy to assist you on that. So I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.